You'd like to book a table for 3 by the window for 9:30 p.m., not too near the band, in the name of Oberleutnant von Gentschler. Yes. I think you might have the wrong number. That's all right.
Another cross line here, sir. That phone system is a shambles. No wonder we haven't had any orders.
On the contrary, George, we've had plenty of orders. We've had orders for 6 meters of Hungarian crushed velvet curtain material, 4 rock salmon and a ha'porth of chips, and a cab for a Mr. Redgrave picking up from 14 Arnos Grove, Ring Top Bell.
Sir, but we don't want those sort of orders. We want orders to death or glory. When are we going to give Fritz a taste of our British spunk?
George, please. No one is more anxious to advance than I am, but until I get these communication problems sorted out, I'm afraid we're stuck. Captain Blackadder speaking. No, I'm afraid the line's very...
Hello? Hello, Captain Blackadder, hello?
Schnell, Kartoffelkopf.
I said, there's a terrible line at my end. You're to advance on the enemy at once.
A wandering minstrel, I am afraid.
Gale Force 8.
Oh, so come on, sir. What's the message? I'm on tenterhooks. Do tell.
Well, as far as I can tell, the message was he's got a terrible lion up his end, so there's an advantage to an enema at once.
Damn.
Message from HQ, sir.
Ah, now this'll be it. A telegram ordering in advance.
Yes, I'm afraid not, George. It is a telegram, it is ordering in advance, but it seems to be addressed to someone called Captain Blackadder. Do you know a Captain Blackadder, George?
Well, it rings a bell, but no.
No, me neither.
Oh, well.
Don't worry, George. I'm sure if they want to contact us, they'll find a way.
Pigeon, sir. Pigeon. There's a pigeon in our trench.
Ah, now this'll be it. Yes, it's one of the King's carrier pigeons.
No, it isn't. That pigeon couldn't carry the king. Hasn't got a tray or anything.
Lieutenant, revolver, please.
Oh, now, sir, you really shouldn't do this, you know.
Come on, George. With 50,000 men getting killed a week, who's going to miss a pigeon?
Well, not you, obviously, sir.
In any case, it's scarcely a court-martial offence. Get plucking, Baldrick.
All right, sir. Look, it's got a little ring round its leg. There's a novelty.
Oh, really? Is there a paper hat as well?
No, but there's a joke. Read it out, sir.
Well, it's a bit charred. It's something at once. P.S. Due to communication crisis, the shooting of carrier pigeons is now a court-martial offence. I don't see what's funny about that, sir.
It's not funny. It's deadly serious. We're in trouble. So I shall eat the evidence for lunch. And if anyone asks you any questions at all, we didn't receive any messages, and we definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon. Delicious.
Eh? Blackadder?
Attention!
And why, Captain, are you not advancing across no man's land?
Well, sir, called me a bluff old traditionalist, but I was always taught to wait for the order to attack before attacking.
You trying to tell me you haven't received any orders? What the hell are you playing at, darling?
That's a blatant lie, sir. I spoke to Blackadder less than an hour ago.
Yes, you did, to tell me some gobbledygook about having a lion up your bottom.
As I thought, it's the old communications problem again. Stand easy. Action on this is imperative. Take that down, darling.
Yes.
Also, make a note of the word gobbledygook. I like it. I want to use it more often in conversation.
Yes, sir. I must say, sir, I find this all very unlikely. Not only did I telephone Blackadder, but as you'll recall, we sent him a telegram and a carrier pigeon.
Did you?
Are you telling us you haven't had a pigeon, Blackadder?
Come on, man, you must have done. I sent our top bird, Speckled Jim, my own true love, who's been with me since I was a nipper. To business. I'm giving you your order to advance now. Synchronize watches, gentlemen. Private, what is the time?
We didn't receive any messages, and Captain Blackadder definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon, sir.
What?
You want to be cremated, Baldrick, or buried at sea?
Oh, hello. Lieutenant,
Sir.
do you mind answering a couple of questions?
Not at all, sir. We didn't get any messages. Captain Blackadder definitely did not shoot this delicious, plump-breasted pigeon.
Thanks, George.
And look, sir, pigeon feathers. White feathers. Very apt, eh, Blackadder?
White feathers?
Oh, no, sir, that's gobbledygook. They're not white, they're sort of speckly.
Speckly? Ah! You shot my speckled Jim!
You're for it now, Blackadder. Quite frankly, sir, I've suspected this for some time. Quite clearly, Captain Blackadder has been disobeying orders with a breathtaking impertinence.
I don't care if he's been rogering the Duke of York with a prize-winning leak. He shot my pigeon!
Easy, sir! Easy, sir! Take it easy, sir! I think we should do this by the book, sir.
Yes, yes, you're right, of course. I'm sorry. Attention!
Captain Blackadder, as of this moment, you may consider yourself under arrest. You know what the penalty is for disobeying orders, Blackadder?
Court-martial followed by immediate cessation of chocolate rations?
No. Court-martial followed by immediate death by firing squad.
Oh, so I got it half right.
All settled in and happy, are we then, sir? Written all our last goodbyes.
Oh, no need for that, Perkins. I've just dashed off a couple of notes, one asking for a sponge bag, and the other sending for my lawyer.
Oh, your lawyer, yes, sir. Now, don't you think that might be a bit of a waste of money, sir?
Not when he's the finest mind in English legal history. Ever heard of Bob Massingbird?
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. A most gifted gentleman.
Quite. I remember Massingbird's most famous case, the case of the bloody knife. A man was found next to a murdered body. He had the knife in his hand. 13 witnesses had seen him stab the victim. And when the police arrived, he said, "I'm glad I killed the bastard." Massingbird not only got him off, he got him knighted in the New Year's honours list, and the relatives of the victim had to pay to have the blood washed out of his jacket.
Here he's a dab hand at the prosecution as well, sir.
Yes, well, look at Oscar Wilde.
Oh, Butch Oscar.
A big, bearded, bonking Butch Oscar. The terror of the ladies, 114 illegitimate children, world heavyweight boxing champion, and author of the best-selling pamphlet, Why I Like to Do It With Girls. And Massingbird had him sent down for being a whoopsie. Baldrick, anything from Massingbird yet?
Yes, sir, just arrived, sir.
What is it?
A sponge bag, sir.
A sponge bag.
Yes, sir.
Baldrick, I gave you 2 notes. You sent the note asking for a sponge bag to the finest mind in English legal history.
Certainly did, sir.
And you sent the note requesting legal representation to...
Well, tally-ho with a bing and a bong and a buzz.
Oh, God.
I say, first of all, sir, that I am deeply, deeply honoured.
Baldrick, I'll deal with you later. Am I to understand that you are going to represent me at the court-martial?
Absolutely, sir. Well, it's a sort of family tradition, really. My uncle's a lawyer, you know.
Your uncle's a lawyer, but you're not.
Oh, good Lord, no. I'm an absolute duffer at this sort of thing, no. In the school debating society, I was voted the boy least likely to complete a coherent...
Sentence?
That's it, yes. But anyway, my dear old friend, it's an honour to serve.
George, I'm in deep trouble here. I need to construct a case that's as watertight as a mermaid's brassiere. I'm not sure your particular brand of mindless optimism is going to contribute much to the proceedings.
Well, that's a shame, sir, because I was planning on playing the mindless optimism card pretty strongly during the trial.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, I've already planned my closing address based on that very theme. Oh, go on, let him off, Your Honour, please. After all, it's a lovely day, pretty clouds, trees, birds, etc. I rest my case.
So, counsel, with that summing up in mind, what do you think my chances are?
Well, not all that good, I'm afraid. As far as I can tell, you're as guilty as a puppy sitting next to a pile of poo.
Charming.
Crikey, so sorry I'm late, my love. But anyway, let me open my defence straight away by saying that I've known this man for 3 years. He's an absolutely corking chap.
George.
Yes, sir?
That's the clerk of the court.
Who is it? Oh.
We haven't started yet.
Good luck, Blackadder.
Well, thank you, darling. And what's your big job here today? Straightening chairs?
No. In fact, I'm appearing for the prosecution. I wouldn't raise your hopes too much. You're guilty as hell. You haven't got a chance.
Why, thank you, darling. And I hope your mother dies in a freak yachting accident.
Just doing my job, Blackadder. Obeying orders. And, of course, having enormous fun into the bargain.
I wouldn't be too confident if I were you. Any reasonably impartial judge is bound to let me off.
Well, absolutely.
Who is the judge, by the way?
There!
I'm dead.
Come on, then, come on. It's every 5 minutes. We can have a spot of lunch. Right. The court is now in session. General Sir Anthony Cecil Hogmanay Melchett in the chair. The case before us is that of the Crown versus Captain Edmund Blackadder, the Flanders pigeon murderer. Clark, hand me the black cap, shall you? I'll be needing that. Thank you.
I love a fair trial.
Anything to say before we kick off, Captain Darling?
May it please the court. As this is clearly an open and shut case, I beg leave to bring a private prosecution against the defence counsel for wasting the court's time.
Granted. The defence counsel is fined £50 for turning up.
This is fun. This is just like a real court.
Right, let the trial begin. The charge before us is that the Flanders pigeon murderer did deliberately, callously, and with beastliness of forethought murder a lovely, innocent pigeon and disobeyed some orders as well. Is this true?
Perfectly true, sir. I was there.
Thanks, George.
Damn it.
Right, counsel for the defence, get on with it.
Oh, right. Yes, right. Yes. I'd like to call my first witness Captain Darling.
You wish to call the counsel for the prosecution as a defence witness?
That's right. Don't worry, sir. I've got it all under control. You are Captain Darling of the General Staff?
I am.
Captain, leaving aside the incident in question, would you think of Captain Blackadder as the sort of man who would usually ignore orders?
Yes, I would.
You sure? I was rather banking on you saying no there.
I'm sure. In fact, I have a list of other orders he's disobeyed, if it would be useful. May the 16th, 9:15 a.m., 10:23 a.m., 10:24 a.m., 11:17 a.m.
You missed one out there.
10:30 a.m., 11:46 a.m.
George!
Oh, yes, thank you, Captain. No further questions.
Well done, George. You really had him on the ropes, huh?
Don't worry, old man. I have a last, and I think you'll find decisive witness. Call Private Baldrick. Call Private Baldrick.
Deny everything, Baldrick.
Are you Private Baldrick?
No!
But you are Captain Blackadder's Batman.
No!
Come on, Baldrick, be a bit more helpful. It's me.
No, it isn't!
Sir, I must protest.
Quite right. We don't need your kind here, Private. Get out. Now, George, sum up, please.
Right, yes. Gentlemen, you have heard all the evidence presented before you today, but in the end, it is up to the conscience of your hearts to decide. And I firmly believe that, like me, you will conclude that Captain Blackadder is, in fact, totally and utterly guilty. Of nothing more than trying to do his duty under difficult circumstances.
Nonsense. He's a hound and a rotter and he's going to be shot. However, before we proceed to the formality of sentencing the deceased, I mean the defendant, I think we'd all rather enjoy hearing the case for the prosecution, Captain Darling, if you please.
Sir, my case is very simple. I call my first witness, General Sir Anthony Cecil Hogmanay Melchett.
Clever.
General, did you own a lovely, plump, speckly pigeon called Speckled Jim, which you hand-reared from a chick, and which was your only childhood friend?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And did Captain Blackadder shoot the aforementioned pigeon?
Yes, he did.
Can you see Captain Blackadder anywhere in this courtroom?
That's him! That's him! That's the man! Ah!
No more questions, sir.
Splendid, excellent, first class. The way, come on. I therefore have absolutely no hesitation in announcing that the sentence of this court is that you, Captain Edmund Blackadder, be taken from this place and suffer death by shooting tomorrow at dawn. Do you have anything to say?
Yes. Could I have an alarm call, please?
Happy to see you, Captain.
What does he look like?
Short, ugly.
Hello, Baldrick.
I'll pour you some food, sir, for your final breakfast tomorrow.
Ah, so you're not pinning much hope on a last-minute reprieve, then?
No, sir, you are as dead as some doo-doos.
The expression, Baldrick, is as a dodo. Dead as a dodo.
Well, I'll leave you to it then, shall I?
Do not despair, sir. All my talk of food was just a dead herring. In fact, I have a cunning plan. This is not food, but an escape kit.
Good Lord! With a saw, a hammer, a chisel, a gun, a change of clothes, a Swiss passport, and a huge false moustache, I may just stand a chance.
Ah.
Let's see, what have we here? A small painted wooden duck.
Yeah, I thought if you get caught near water, you can balance it on the top of your head as a brilliant disguise.
Yes, I would, of course, have to escape first. Ah, but what's this? Unless I'm much mistaken, a hammer and a chisel.
You are much mistaken.
A pencil and a miniature trumpet.
Yeah, a pencil so you can drop me a postcard to tell me how the breakout went, and a small little tiny miniature trumpet in case during your escape you have to win favour with a difficult child.
I don't want to spend my last precious hours rummaging through this feeble collection of stocking fillers. Let me just ask you some simple questions. Is there a saw in this bag?
No.
A hammer?
No.
A chisel?
No.
A gun?
No.
A false passport?
No.
A change of clothes?
Yes, sir, of course. I wouldn't forget a change of clothes.
Ah, well, that's something. Let's see. A Robin Hood costume.
Yeah, I put in a French peasant's outfit first, but then I thought, what if you arrive in a French peasant's village and they're in the middle of a fancy dress party?
And what if I arrive in a French peasant village dressed in a Robin Hood costume and there isn't a fancy dress party?
Well, to be quite frank, sir, I didn't consider that eventuality. Because if you did, you'd stick out like a...
Like a man standing in a lake with a small painted wooden duck on his head?
Exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
All right. Thank you, Baldrick. We'll finish this picnic later.
Yum, yum.
Do you mind if I disturb you for a moment, sir?
No, not at all. My diary's pretty empty this week. Let's see. Thursday morning, get shot. Yes, that's about it, actually.
Oh, good. It's just there's a few chaps out here would like a bit of a chin wag.
Oh, lovely. Always keen to meet new people.
Corporal Jones and Privates Fraser, Robinson and Tipplewhite.
Hello, Private. Hello. 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 Well, nice of you to drop by. And what do you do?
We're your firing squad, sir.
Of course you are.
Good-sized chest.
Shut up, lad.
Sir.
You see, us firing squads are a bit like taxmen, sir. Everyone hates us, but we're just doing our job, ain't we, lads?
My heart bleeds for you.
Well, sir, we aim to please. Just a little firing squad joke there, sir.
You see, sir, we take pride in the terminatory service we supply. So is there any particular area you'd like us to go for? Huh? We can aim anywhere.
Well, in that case, just above my head might be a good spot.
You see a laugh and a smile, and all of a sudden the job doesn't seem quite so bad after all, does it, sir?
It's a lovely roomy forehead.
Yeah, good pulsing jugular there as well.
Look, I'm sorry. I know you mean to be friendly, but I hope you won't take it amiss if I ask you to sod off and die.
No, fair enough. Of course not, sir. No one likes being shot first thing in the morning, do they, lads? Of course not. No. So, look forward to seeing you tomorrow, sir. You'll have a blindfold on, of course, but you'll recognise me. I'm the one that says, ready, aim, fire.
Could I ask you to leave a pause between the word aim and the word fire? 30 or 40 years, perhaps.
I wish I could pause, sir. I really wish I could, but I can't, you see, because I'm a gabbler, me, you see. There's no style, no finesse. But, you know, it gets the job done, don't it, lads? That's it, go on then, lads.
Whoever gets closest to the mole gets to keep his gold teeth.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, sleep well, sir.
Perfect. I wonder if anything on earth could depress me more.
Excuse me, sir.
Of course it could.
I forgot to give you this letter from Lieutenant George, sir.
Ah. Oh, joy. What wise words from the world's greatest defence council. Dear Mother. Unusual start. Thanks for the case of Scotch. You've excelled yourself, Baldrick. You brought the wrong letter again.
Oh, yeah, he did write too.
Yes, his mother's about to get a note telling her he's sorry she's going to be shot in the morning. While I have to read this drivel. Hope Celia thrives in the Pony Club trials and that little Freddie scores a century for the first 11. You can't deny it's a riveting read. Send my love to Uncle Rupert. Who'd have thought it? Mad Uncle Rupert, Minister of War, with power of life and death over every bally soldier in the army. Hang on a minute. This is it. All George has to do is send him a telegram and he'll get me off. Baldrick, I love you. I want to kiss your cherry lips and nibble your shell-like ears. I'm free.
I'm useless. Useless.
Sir.
Oh, hello, Private. How's the captain?
He's absolutely fine, sir, but...
You're just trying to cheer me up. I know the truth. He hates me because I completely arsed up his defence.
Yes, I know, sir,
Because I'm
but-
thick, you see. I'm as thick as the big print version of the complete works of Charles Dickens.
Yes,
If
sir.
only I could have saved him, if only!
But you can, sir.
What? How?
You send a telegram.
Of course I'd send a telegram!
Yeah.
Who to?
To the person in the letter.
What letter?
To your mother.
I sent a telegram to my mother!
No!
No!
You send a telegram in the person in the letter to your mother.
Well, who was in the letter to my mother?
I can't remember.
Well, think!
No, you think.
Well, Celia! Of course, the Pony Club trials, yes! Celia could leap over the walls of the prison and save him!
No!
Cricket! Yes, I've got cousin Freddie, of course! He can knock out the firing squad with his cricket bat!
No, someone else!
Well, who?
I don't know!
Well, neither do I!
Well, think! You think, sir!
I'm stuck! No, it hasn't helped.
Yes, it has, sir! Your Uncle Rupert, who's just been made Minister of War.
Of course, Uncle Rupert's just been made the Minister of War, Baldrick. I'll send him a telegram and he'll pull strings and scratch backs and fiddle with knobs and get the captain off!
Hooray!
Oh, well, we got there in the end, eh, Baldrick?
Oh, just about, sir.
Oh, I think this calls for a celebration, don't you? What about a tot of old moorhen's shredded sporran, which Mumsy's just sent me? I think a toast, don't you, to Captain Blackadder and freedom.
Captain Blackadder and freedom, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
I must say, Captain, I've got to admire your balls.
Perhaps later. So, boys, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Captain.
Robinson, good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir.
Corporal, how's the voice?
Excellent, sir. Wait for it!
So, the phone's on the hook, isn't it, Perkins?
Oh, yes, sir.
Splendid. So, where do you want me?
Well, up against the wall is traditional, sir.
Of course it is. This side or the other side? No messengers waiting, Perkins?
Oh, I'm afraid not, sir.
Fair enough.
All right, lads, line up.
Yes, now look, I think there might have been a bit of a misunderstanding here. You see, I was expecting a telegram. Quite an important one, actually.
Take aim!
I think that's what they call the nick of time.
Let it call you, Captain.
Of course it is. Read it, please.
Here's looking at you. Love from all the boys in the firing squad.
You soft bastard, you!
I saw a card, I couldn't resist it.
How thoughtful.
Attention!
Now look, something has gone spectacularly badly wrong.
Take aim!
Baldrick, you're mincemeat.
Oh, my head. Oh, my head. It feels like the time I was initiated into the Silly Buggers Society at Cambridge. I misheard the rules and pushed a whole aubergine into my ear hole.
Permission to die, sir?
What started us drinking? Oh, yes, well, we were celebrating getting Captain Blackadder off scot-free. Oh, my sainted trousers, we forgot!
Oh, whoops.
Oh, no, he's dead, you see? He's dead because we're a pair of selfish so-and-sos. Oh, God, if I had a rope, I'd put it round my neck and ballywell hang myself until it really hurt.
Morning, George. Morning, Baldrick. Still a striking resemblance to guppy fish at feeding time. Yep, it arrived in the nick of time.
Oh, excellent.
So you've got the scotch out, anyway.
Well, of course, sir, yes. We wanted to lay on a bit of a bash for your safe return. There you go.
There was a second telegram arrived, actually, George, addressed to you personally from your uncle.
Oh, thank you.
George, my boy, outraged to read in dispatches of how that arse Melchett made such a pig's ear of your chum Blackadder's court-martial. Have reversed the decision forthwith. Surprised you didn't ask me to do it yourself, actually. Now, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yes, well, you see, sir, the thing is...
You two got whammed last night, didn't you?
Oh, well, no, not whammed exactly. A little tiddly, perhaps.
And you forgot the telegram to your uncle.
No, well, no, not completely. I mean, partially. Well, yes, entirely, yes.
I think I can explain, sir.
Can you, Baldrick?
No.
As I suspected. Now, I'm not a religious man, as you know, but henceforth I shall nightly pray to the God that killed Cain and squashed Samson that he comes out of retirement and gets back into practice on the pair of you. Captain Blackadder. Ah, Captain Darling. Well, you know, some of us just have friends in high places, I suppose. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. You want what? You want 2 volunteers for a mission into no man's land. Code name... Operation Certain Death. Yes, I think I have just the fellows. God is very quick these days.
Cheesed off, sir.
George, the day this war began, I was cheesed off. Within 10 minutes of you turning up, I'd finished the cheese and moved on to the coffee and cigars. And at this late stage, I'm in a cab with 2 lady companions on my way to the Pink Pussycat in Lower Regent Street.
Well, because if you are cheesed off, sir, you know what would cheer you up? And that's a Charlie Chaplin film. Oh, I love old chappers. Don't you, Cap?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. I find this film's about as funny as getting an arrow through the neck and then discovering there's a gas bill tied to it.
Oh, beg pardon, sir, but come off. His films are ball-beltingly funny.
Rubbish.
Well, all right, well, let's consult the men for a casting vote, shall we, Baldrick?
Sir!
Charlie Chaplin, Baldrick, what do you make of him?
Oh, sir, he's as funny as a vegetable that's grown into a rude and amusing shape, sir.
So you agree with me? Not at all funny.
Oh, come on, Skipper, play fair. In that last film of his, when he kicked that fellow in the backside, I thought I'd die.
Well, if that's your idea of comedy, we can provide our own without expending a halfpenny for the privilege. There, do you find that funny?
Oh, no, of course not, sir. But you see, Chaplin is a genius.
He certainly is a genius, George. He invented a way of getting paid $1 million a year for wearing a pair of stupid trousers. Did you find that funny, Baldrick?
What funny, sir?
That funny?
No, sir. And you mustn't do that to me, sir, because that is a bourgeois act of repression, sir.
What?
And you smelt it, sir. There's something afoot in the wind. The huddled masses yearning to be free.
Baldrick, have you been to the diesel oil again?
No, sir, I've been supping the milk of freedom. Already our Russian comrades are poised on the brink of revolution. And here too, sir, the huddled what's-names, such as myself, sir, are ready to throw off the hated oppressors like you and the lieutenant. Present company accepted, sir.
Go and clean out the latrines.
Yes, sir, right away, sir.
You see, now the reason why Chaplin is so funny is because he's part of the great British music hall tradition.
Oh, yes, the great British music hall tradition. 2 men with incredibly unconvincing Cockney accents going, what's up with you, then? What's up with me, then? Yeah, what's up with you, then? I'll tell you what's up with me, then. I'm right round off. That's what's up with me. Right round off. Yeah, right. Get on with it!
Now, sir, that was funny. You should go on the board yourself.
Thank you, George, but if you don't mind, I'd rather have my tongue beaten wafer-thin by a steak tenderizer and then stapled to the floor with a croquet hoop.
Sir, it's all over the trenches.
Well, mop it up, then.
No, sir, the news. The Russian Revolution have started. The masses have risen up and shot all their knobs.
Well, hurrah!
Oh, no, the bloody Russians have pulled out of the war.
Well, we soon saw them off, didn't we, sir? Miserable, slant-eyed, sausage-eating swine.
The Russians are on our side.
Are they?
And they've abandoned the Eastern Front.
And they've overthrown Nicholas II, who used to be bizarre.
Who used to be the Tsar, Baldrick. The point is that now the Russians have made peace with the Kaiser. At this very moment, over 750,000 Germans are leaving the Russian front and coming over here with the express purpose of using my nipples for target practice. There's only one thing for it. I'm going to have to desert, and I'm going to do it right now.
Are you leaving us, Blackadder?
No, sir.
Well, I'm relieved to hear it, because I need you to help me shoot some deserters later on. There have been subversive mutterings amongst the men. You'll recall the French army last year at Verdun, where the top echelons suffered from horrendous uprisings from the bottom.
Yes, sir, but surely that was traced to a shipment of garlic eclairs.
Nonsense, Blackadder. It was Bolshinist, plain Bolshinist. And now that the Ruskies have followed suit, I'm damned if I'm going to let the same thing happen here.
Oh, and what are you going to do about it, sir?
We're going to have a concert party to boost the men's morale.
A concert party? Well, hurrah!
You fancy an evening at a concert party, Blackadder?
Well, frankly, sir, I'd rather spend an evening on top of a stepladder in no man's land, smoking endless cigarettes through a luminous balaclava.
Yes, I didn't think it would be quite your cup of tea. But I do need someone to help me organize it, you know. Obviously not a tough, grizzled soldier like yourself, but some kind of damp-eyed Nancy boy who'd be prepared to spend the rest of the war in the London Palladium.
The show is going to the London Palladium, sir?
Well, yes, of course. It's no good crushing a revolution over here, only to get back home to Blighty and find that everybody's wearing overalls and breaking wind in the palaces of the mighty.
Good point, sir.
Now, the thing is, Blackadder, finding a man to organise a concert party is going to be damn difficult. So I've come up with rather a cunning set of questions with which to test a candidate's suitability for the job.
Oh, and what sort of questions would these be, sir?
Well, the first question is, do you like Charlie Chaplin?
Dismissed, Lieutenant. Do you like Charlie Chaplin? Yes, that is a good question for a candidate. To which my answer would, of course, be, yes, I love him. Love him, sir. Particularly the amusing kicks.
Funny, sir, because I thought you said...
Goodbye, George.
And the second question is, do you like music hall?
Ah, yes, another good question, sir. Again, my answer would have to be yes, absolutely love it. Oops, Mr. Rothschild, how'd your apples and pears?
Yes. Well, you see, it's my view, Blackadder, that the person who would answer yes to both of those questions would be ideal for the job. Wait a minute.
What, sir?
Why, without knowing it, Blackadder, you've inadvertently shown me that you could do the job.
Have I, sir?
Yes, sir. You have, sir. And I want you to start work straight away. A couple of shows over the weekend, and if all goes well, we'll start you off in London next Monday.
Oh, damn.
Now, if you need any help fetching and carrying and backstage and so on, I'll lend you my driver, if you like. Bob!
Driver Parkhurst reporting for duty, sir.
All right, at ease, Bob. Stand easy. Captain Blackadder, this is Bob.
Bob?
Good morning, sir.
Unusual name for a girl.
Well, yes, it would be an unusual name for a girl, but it's a perfectly straightforward name for a young chap like you, eh, Bob? Now, Bob, I want you to bunk up with Captain Blackadder for a couple of days, all right?
Yes, sir.
I think you'll find Bob's just the man for this job, Blackadder. He has a splendid sense of humour.
He, sir, he.
You see? You're laughing already. All right. Well, now, Bob, I'll leave you two together. Why don't you get to know each other, play a game of cribbage, have a smoke, something like that. They tell me that Captain Blackadder has rather a good line in rough shag. I'm sure he'd be happy to fill your pipe. Carry on.
Sir, you're a chap, are you, Bob?
Oh, yes, sir.
You wouldn't say you were a girl at all.
Oh, definitely not, sir. I understand cricket. I fart in bed. Everything.
Well, let me put it another way, Bob. You are a girl. And you're a girl with as much talent for disguise as a giraffe in dark glasses trying to get into a polar bears only golf club.
Oh, sir, please don't give me away, sir. I just wanted to be like my brothers and join up. I want to see how a war is fought so badly.
Well, you've come to the right place, Bob. The war hasn't been fought this badly since Olaf the Hairy, High Chief of all the Vikings, accidentally ordered 80,000 battle helmets with the horns on the inside.
I want to do my bit for the boys, sir.
Oh, really?
I'll do anything, sir.
Yes, I'd keep that to yourself if I was you, Bob. Right, Bob. The second half starts with Corporal Smith and Johnson as the three silly twerps.
All right, sir.
The big joke being there's only two of them.
I love that. That always cracks me up, sir.
Followed by Baldrick's impersonation of Charlie Chaplin. Yes. Bob, take a telegram.
Yes, sir.
Mr. C. Chaplin, Senate Studios, Hollywood, California. Congrats, stop. Have discovered only person in world less funny than you. Name Baldrick, stop. Yours, E. Blackadder, stop. Oh, and put a P.S. Please, 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 stop. And then after that, we have, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of our show.
Ta-da!
I feel fantastic.
Gorgeous Georgina, the traditional soldier's drag act.
You look absolutely lovely, sir.
Baldrick, you are either lying, blind, or mad. The lieutenant looks like all soldiers look on these occasions, about as feminine as W.G. Grace. What are you going to give him, George?
Well, I thought one or two cheeky gags, followed by she was only the ironmonger's daughter, but she knew a surprising amount about fish as well.
Inspired. Well, at least you made an effort with the dress. What about your costume, Baldrick?
I'm in it, sir.
I see. So your Charlie Chaplin costume consists of that hat.
Yes, sir. Except that in this box, I have a dead slug as a brilliant false moustache.
Yes, only quite brilliant, I fear. How, for instance, are you to attach it to your face?
Well, I was hoping to persuade the slug to cling on, sir.
Baldrick, the slug is dead. If it failed to cling on to life, I see no reason why it should wish to cling on to your upper lip.
Baldrick, come on. Slugs are always a problem. What you've got to do is screw your face up like this, you see? And then you can clamp it between your top lip and your nose.
What? Like this, sir?
That's it, that's splendid. Right. Sir, there's a visitor to see you.
Good Lord, Mr. Chaplin. This is indeed an honour. Why, it calls for some sort of celebration. Baldrick!
Sir, that is extraordinary because you see, this isn't Chaplin at all. This is Baldrick.
Yes! It's me, sir!
I know. I was, in fact, being sarcastic.
Oh, I see.
Everything goes above your head, doesn't it, George? You should go to Jamaica and become a limbo dancer.
They love him, sir. We're a hit.
Yes, in one short evening, I've become the most successful impresario since the manager of the Roman Colosseum thought of putting the Christians and the lions on the same bill.
Sir, some people seem to think that I was best. Would you agree?
Ulrich, in the Amazonian rainforests, there are tribes of Indians as yet untouched by civilization who have developed more convincing Charlie Chaplin impressions than yours.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
He's coming off.
Oh. What do you think, Bob? One more? God, I love the theatre. It's in my blood and in my soul. Baldrick, put those in some water, will you?
Yes, sir.
Oh. I need that applause in the same way that an ostler needs his ossel.
Well done, sir.
No, really, I was hopeless. I mean, tell me honestly, sir, I wasn't I?
Well...
No, come on, sir, up with it, because I need to know, really, I was hopeless.
No,
well... No, you're trying to be nice, and that's very sweet of you, sir, but please, come on, I can take it. I was hopeless.
George, you were bloody awful. But you can't argue with the box office. Personally, I thought you were the least convincing female impressionist since Tarzan went through Jane's handbag and ate her lipstick. But I'm clearly in a minority. Look out, London. Here we come. Ah, Captain Darling.
Ah, Captain Blackadder. I must say, I had an absolutely splendid evening.
Oh, glad you enjoyed the show.
The show? No, I didn't go to the show. Important regimental business.
A lorry load of paper clips arrived.
2 lorry loads, actually.
Welcome to the great director, Maestro.
You enjoyed it, sir?
Well, it was mostly awful, but I enjoyed the slug balancer.
Private Baldrick, sir.
That's right, yes. Slug fell off a couple of times, but you can't have everything, can you? I'd just suggest a bit more practice and perhaps a little sparkly costume for the slug.
I'll pass that on, sir.
But I do have certain other reasons for believing the show to be nothing but a triumph. Captain Darling has your travel arrangements, ticket to Dover, rooms at the Ritz and so forth.
Oh, thank you, sir.
However, there is one small thing you might do for me.
Yes?
Captain Blackadder, I should esteem it a signal honor if you would allow me to escort your leading lady to the regimental ball this evening.
My leading lady?
The fair Georgina.
Ah, very amusing.
Do you think she'll laugh in my face? I'm too old, too crusty?
No. No, it's just that as her director, I'm afraid I could not allow
I
it.
could always find another director who would allow it.
Quite. Well, I'll see what I can do, but I must insist that she be home by midnight and that there be no hanky-panky, sir, whatsoever.
I shall, of course, respect your wishes, Blackadder. However, I don't think you need to be quite so protective. I'm sure she's a girl with a great deal more spunk than most women you find.
Oh, dear me.
Absolutely not, sir. It's profoundly immoral and utterly wrong. I will not do it.
We can always find another leading lady.
Well, the dress will need a clean.
Excellent. Now, the important thing is that Melchett should under no circumstances realize that you're a man.
Yes, understand that.
In order to ensure this, there are 3 basic rules. 1, you must never, I repeat, never remove your wig.
All right.
2nd, never say anything. I'll tell him at the beginning of the evening that you're saving your voice for the opening night in London.
Excellent, sir. And what's the 3rd?
The 3rd is most important. Don't get drunk and let him shag you on the veranda.
How do I look, darling?
Girl bait, sir. Pure bloody girl bait.
Moustache? Bushy enough?
Like a privet head, sir.
Good, because I want to catch a particularly beautiful creature in this bush tonight.
I'm sure you'll be combing women out of your moustache for weeks, sir.
God, it's a spankingly beautiful world, and tonight's my night. I know exactly what I'll say to her. Darling.
Yes, sir? I don't know, sir.
Well, don't butt in. I want to make you happy, darling.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir.
Will you kindly stop interrupting? If you don't listen, how can you tell me what you think? I want to make you happy, darling. I want to build a nest for your 10 tiny toes. I want to cover every inch of your gorgeous body in pepper and then sneeze all over you.
Really, sir? I must protest.
What is the matter with you, darling?
Well, it's just all so sudden, sir. I mean, the nest bit's fine, but the pepper business is definitely out.
How dare you tell me how I may or may not treat my beloved Georgina?
Georgina?
Yes, I'm working out what I want to say to her this evening.
Oh, yes, of course. My God.
All right?
Yes, sir, listening, sir.
Honestly, darling, you really are the most graceless, dim-witted bumpkin I ever met.
I don't think you should say that to us.
Where the hell's that George? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. He should be careful wandering around the trench at night with nothing to protect his honour but a cricket box.
Hello, Captain.
About time. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, I don't know. It's all been like a dream, my very first ball. The music, the dancing, the champagne. My mind is a mad whirl of half-whispered conversations with the promise of indiscretion ever hanging in the air.
Oh, did that old stoat Melchett try for a snog behind the fruit cup?
Certainly not. General behaved like a perfect gentleman. We tired the moon with our talking about everything and nothing. The war, marriage, proposed changes to the LBW rule.
Melchett isn't married, is he?
No, all his life he's been waiting to meet the perfect woman. And at last, tonight, he did.
Some poor unfortunate had old Walrus Face dribbling in her ear all evening, did she?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I did have to drape a napkin over my shoulder, yes.
George, are you trying to tell me that you are the General's perfect woman?
Well, yes, I rather think I am.
Well, thank God the horny old blighter didn't ask you to marry him. You did? Well, how did you get out of that one?
Well, to be honest, sir, I'm not absolutely certain that I did.
What?
Well, I don't understand what it was like, sir. You know, the candles, the music, the huge moustache. I don't know what came over me.
You said yes?
Oh, after all, sir, he is a general. I didn't really feel I could refuse. He might have had me court-martialed.
Whereas, on the other hand, of course, he's going to give you the Victoria Cross when he lifts up your frock on the wedding night and finds himself looking at the last turkey in the shop.
Yes, I know it's a mess, sir, but you see, he got me squiffy, and then when he looked into my eyes and said, "Chipmunk, I love you."
Chipmunk!
Yes, but it's his special name for me, you see. He says my nose looks just like a chipmunk's.
Oh, God. We're in serious trouble here. If the General ever finds out that gorgeous Georgina is in fact a strapping 6-footer from the rough end of the trench, it could precipitate the fastest execution since someone said, "This Guy Fawkes bloke, do we let him off or what?" Hello? Yes, sir. Straight away, sir. That was your fiancé, chipmunk. He wants to see me. If I should die, think only this of me. I'll be back to get you. Sir, I can explain everything.
Can you, Blackadder? Can you?
Well, no, sir, not really.
I thought not. I thought not. Who can explain the mysteries of love? I'm in love with Georgina, Blackadder. I'm going to marry her on Saturday, and I want you to be my best man.
I don't think that would be a very good idea, sir.
And why not?
Because there's something wrong with your fiancée, sir.
Oh, my God, she's not Welsh, is she?
No, sir. It's a terrible story, but true. Just a few minutes ago, Georgina arrived unexpectedly in my trench. She was literally dancing with joy, as though something wonderful had happened to her.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, she was in such a daze, she danced straight through the trench and out into no man's land. I tried to stop her, but before I could say, "Don't tread on a mine," she trod on a mine. Well, I say a mine, it was more a cluster of mines, and she was blown to smithereens, and as she rocketed up into the air, she said something I couldn't quite catch, totally incomprehensible to me, something like, "Tell him his little chipmunk will love him forever." I mean,
Oh, it's heartbreaking, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, well, can't be helped, can't be helped.
It's jolly bad luck, sir.
Hey-ho.
And, of course, on top of everything else, without your leading lady, you won't be able to put on the show. So no show, no London Palladium.
On the contrary, I was simply intending to rename it the Georgina Melchett Memorial Show.
Oh, no. Georgina was the only thing that made the show come alive. Apart from her, it was all awful.
Awful.
Yes, you'll never find another girl like Georgina by tomorrow.
Well, it's funny you should say that, sir, because I think I already have.
Who is she?
Who is she?
So come on, sir, who is she?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I haven't a bloody clue. The only attractive woman around here is carved out of stone, called Venus, and is standing in a fountain in the middle of the town square with water coming out of her armpits.
So we're a bit stuck.
Morning, chaps.
Morning, Bob.
Morning, Bob.
You can say that again, George. We're in the stickiest situation since Sticky the stick insect got stuck on a sticky bun. We are in trouble.
Not any longer, sir. May I present my cunning plan?
Don't be ridiculous, Baldrick. Can you sing? Can you dance? Or are you offering to be sawn in half?
I don't think those things are important in a modern marriage, sir. I offer simple home cooking.
Baldrick, our plan is to find a new leading lady for our show. What is your plan?
My plan is that I will marry General Melchett. I am the other woman.
Oh, well, congratulations, Baldrick. I hope you'll be very happy.
I will, sir, because when I get back from honeymoon, I will be a member of the aristocracy, and you will have to call me milady.
What happened to your revolutionary principles, Baldrick? I thought you hated the aristocracy.
I'm working to bring down the system from within, sir. I'm a sort of a frozen horse.
Trojan horse.
Anyway, I can't see what's so stupid about marrying into wealth and money and not having to sleep in a puddle.
Baldrick, no. It's the worst plan since Abraham Lincoln said, "Oh, I'm sick of kicking around the house tonight. Let's go take in a show." For a start, General Melchett is in mourning for the woman of his dreams. He's unlikely to be in the mood to marry a two-legged badger wrapped in a curtain. Secondly, we are looking for a great entertainer. And you're the worst entertainer since St. Paul the Evangelist toured Palestine with his trampoline act. Now we'll have to find somebody else.
What about Corporal Cartwright, sir?
Corporal Cartwright looks like an orangutan. I've heard of the bearded lady, but the all-over body hair lady, frankly, just isn't on.
Willis?
Too short.
Petheridge?
Too old.
Taplow?
Too dead. Oh, this is hopeless. There just isn't anyone.
Goodbye, goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby dear, from your eye.
What am I doing, Bob?
Sir?
Still, what a brilliant idea! Bob, can you think of anyone who could be our leading lady? What do you think, Bob? One more?
No, George. Always leave them hungry.
Congratulations, Bob. I have to admit, I thought you were bloody marvellous.
Thank you, sir. Permission to slip into something more uncomfortable, sir.
Permission granted.
Oh, sir, it's going to be wonderful. Not just for me, but for my little partner, Graham. We're doing our Charlie Chaplin all around the world.
Yes. From Shaftesbury Avenue to the Côte d'Azur, they'll be saying, I like the little black one, but who's that Burke he's sitting on?
I'm not with you, sir.
Of course not. But don't worry, we'll have years in luxury hotels for me to explain. Now, you two get packing, get packing. The boat train leaves at 6, and we're going to be on it.
Blackadder.
Ah, darling, everything all right?
Oh, yes.
Got the tickets?
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Blackadder?
Oh, hi, General. Enjoy the show?
Don't be ridiculous. The worst evening I've ever spent in my life.
I'm sorry?
Will you stand still when I'm talking to you? If by a man's words shall he know him, then you are a steaming pile of horse manure.
But surely, sir, the show was a triumph.
A triumph? The 3 twerps were 1 twerp short. Again? The slug balancer seems now to be doing some feeble impression of Buster Keaton. And worst of all, the crowning turd in the water pipe, that revolting drag act at the end.
Drag act?
Yes, poor Bob Parker is being made to look a total arse. With that thin, reedy voice and that stupid, effeminate dancing.
Ah.
So the show's cancelled. Permanently.
But what about the men's morale, sir, with the Russians out of the war and everything?
Oh, for goodness sake, Blackadder, have you been living in a cave? The Americans joined the war yesterday.
So how is that going to improve the men's morale, sir?
Oh, because, you gibbering imbecile, they've brought with them the largest collection of Charlie Chaplin films in existence. Oh, I've lost patience with you. Fill him in, darling.
Yes, sir. We received a telegram this morning from Mr. Chaplin himself at Senate Studios. Twice nightly screening of my films in trenches. Excellent idea. Stop. But must insist E. Blackadder be projectionist. Stop. Oh, P.S. Don't let him ever stop.
Oh, great.
No hard feelings, eh, Blackadder?
Not at all, darling. Care for a licorice also?
Well, thank you.